I'm here with Sam. We're outside the London Stadium. Unfortunately, United have lost 2-0. Sam, what did you make of that today?
It was awful. We didn't have anything in the midfield. You can just tell when Pogba's not playing. We've got a bit of bite there, but talent-wise, it's just not there. And it's just difficult. It's difficult seeing how we're going to move forward with this, because we're going through a tricky patch at the moment, and it hasn't helped the fact that the board didn't back Ollie in the transfer window. Yeah, we sold players, but I think our net spend was like 40-45 mil. It's just not good enough. Like we're not gonna keep up with the likes of Liverpool, City, Chelsea didn't even have a transfer window, and they're doing like just as well as us. It's disappointing. Yeah, we got rid of some players that we needed to get rid of, which was half the job, admittedly, but we need to get those players in that are going to fill those gaps, especially when you've got the likes.
That's the thing. Everyone I speak to says the same thing. Ollie needed more players. Yeah. He needs another window. Yeah. Question is, without the results, does he make it to that window?
I think he should. I think if there are any United fans that on the Ollie out brigade, I think personally he's ridiculous. I think that anger and that frustration needs to be aimed more at the board than anything. One thing that I noticed, especially today with Ollie, he wasn't on the touchline. He
left it to Mickey Phelan and Kieran McKenna.
And it's frustrating. He needs to lead from the front. He needs to be that vocal outlet. He can't just leave it to the others to do it. Otherwise, they might as well just take his job. Like, what's the point? He needs to be more vocal. He needs to be more forthcoming and show that he's...
I asked this question someone asked because it was just something that I feel I've seen. Since he got the permanent job, I feel tactically he's pulled off a little bit. He's not as attacking. Yeah. And now, do you feel like he's maybe gone that way because he's actually got a job to lose?
Yeah, I think so. I think like when he first got given the job, he had nothing to lose. He had it in his head and he had it on paper that he was just a temporary manager. He was a caretaker manager until X date. Now he's got the job. I think he is concerned that he might lose it. But I think he's also seen the managers before him of such a high calibre that have lost their jobs due to these reasons. And yes, he's done a very good job of being ruthless. I didn't think he was going to, because it got left so last minute, to get the likes of Lukaku out, which, okay, I get it. You know, I understand it. If it's not going to suit his style of play, let him go. We got decent money for him. Sanchez, he's gone on loan for a season. You know, that's great.
The thing was, the Lukaku money was almost the Maguire money.
Yeah, it was covering. It was covering the cost, and that's what frustrated me so much. I was kind of hoping for somebody to come in last minute, like Bruno Fernandes. I was hoping for someone like him to come in, because then when you come up against bigger teams, even West Ham, like no offence to West Ham, I know you're a West Ham fan, but when you come up against a team like that, if you've got Pogba and Fernandes, they've got two things to think about going forward. Two people that can pull out a pass out of nowhere. And we don't have that. And when, like now Pogba's out, we don't really have that person. We don't have that outlet.
And no Rashford, no Martial. I don't know if Greenwood's injured, like no strikers.
I would have preferred to have seen Greenwood, like I said before the game to yourself. Like I said, I would have preferred to have seen Greenwood up top, having Rashford out on the left, because I personally thought Zabaleta would play right back from their red card. And then having James down the right just to kill it with pace. But that
I was hoping for Zabaleta to start.
And I wanted Gomez to start as well. I know he didn't have the best of games like midweek, but he's got a lot of potential, and he needs that game time to sort of kick into sync and to sort of get used to the pace of play that he needs to be playing at United, really.
Now we have got a West Ham fan here. I just want to ask you, like the last 3 games United haven't won here, drawn 1, lost 2. Do you see any differences as a neutral between this United and the last United?
Yeah, I said I was going to come to this interview non-biased. I think especially this game though, I think your physical presence wasn't there. I feel like you need... Pogba is like... It feels like Pogba is your only one that can hold up play in the midfield and then distribute it, but I feel like today I was like, how's Fernandez taking balls off your back four?
Were you surprised by how easy it was for West Ham today?
Yeah, I feel like we didn't even play to our best, you know?
That's bad,
yeah, it's the frustrating part.
I really feel like we played to our best. I mean, we've lost to sides worse than Man United playing like that. But I feel like...
There aren't many in this league now, you know. Seriously, there's not many worse sides.
I mean, yeah. Well, I've been following Man United hard this season. I really have seen a lot of games from Man United this season, but just from ourselves today, I feel like we played very tactically.
You think the next time Manchester United come here, Ollie will still be boss?
Nah, I don't think so.
You're nodding your head, so
Yeah.
The thing is, if he isn't, I said there's going to be an uproar. Like if there isn't, a lot.
that's why the attention will turn towards the board. That was my original question with that debate I had with Gary Neville. My question to him was, because we didn't replace Herrera, because we didn't replace Lukaku, and almost it come out of the blame is out of the manager's hands almost. Surely that it'll turn to the
Yeah, and I think even when it came towards the end of Mourinho, I think he highlighted the fact that the board didn't back him in the transfer window as much as a lot of people were very much Mourinho in, Mourinho out. A lot of people towards the end were like, yeah, maybe okay, it's time for him to go, like me included. But I think he very much easily highlighted the fact that the board don't back the manager. And that was very important, especially for the likes of Ollie.
That was the same position we was in the last 4 seasons. We've been saying that.
The thing is, we have so much money to be able to spend. We have the money there. The Glazers, since they've taken over, they've taken £1 billion out of the club. £1 billion.
more than that.
Yeah, more. Yeah.
Keeps going up, up. Guys, thank you for joining us today. By the way, thanks for waiting around as well. Shame we had to talk to a West Ham fan. Kidding. Guys, make sure you subscribe and like and comment and sharing. Get all your comments in below on the game. We'll see you in a bit.